She says, I'm 8 months post-op from cutting my narcissistic baby father off.
So I'm 8 months post-op from cutting my child's father off completely. You know, and if y'all not familiar with cutting off a narcissist, it's a very, very hard, tedious situation. At the beginning, once you cut them off, you already know it's going to be, a lot of stuff going on. Now, as far as like threats and, using the internet and all this other stuff, like they try to weaponize everybody against you. But I'm 8 months post op from cutting my daughter's father off. And you know what? I'm not going to lie, I stand by my decision. you know, I stand by my decision. Now, the thing is, before I made the decision to cut him off, um, it was already multiple incidents that had happened that had led up to the ultimate decision of me cutting him off. But the last situation that happened between me and him was so fucking terrible. It was just like I knew right then and there, like I'm gonna have to cut him off. I'm gonna have to cut him off. Now the sad part about it is we have a kid. We have a little bit kid. Our daughter is about to be 2 years old, and he's only been around my daughter maybe two, three
Let's
times.
go.
Okay, literally since she's been born, and the situation with him is terrible. Now this is the other thing. He has two other baby mamas, and I know y'all like you made yourself a third baby mama, baby girl. I damn sure didn't try. To be honest with you, I had been broke up with that man. It just so happens that I found out I was pregnant literally after the breakup.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Here we go. And we give so much data here tonight where we always say 20% of the men are having the children. These women come up here, be one man with 5 baby mamas every time. How many kids he got? He got 3, 4 baby mamas.
That's enough right there. That confession is enough. If you know that this dude got two other baby moms, all right, one, I guess things happen. If we give Bonquisha a pass, all right, they're gonna get a pass on 1, 2. But 2, he got 2 baby mamas. Now he over here trying to hunch on you as well. And you see how he moving. You know what I'm saying? You observing this dude, and I'm sick of it. So that happened, and then she gonna go on and say she got pregnant after they broke up. I found out I was pregnant. You didn't find out nothing. There's only one way to get pregnant, and it don't involve no stork. Like it killed me with that. Like, stop saying it like that. I found out. No, you didn't find out. Y'all was doing things.
Okay, I wasn't trying to have no damn kids. I was just trying to get my rocks off.
Well,
I'm older. I'm damn near 40. I didn't think I was gonna be getting pregnant. I'm just being real. Shit.
it's funny.
Oh,
Eat me out. Huh? I'm out here in Miami. Hey, looking for the hoochie daddy. Huh?
Bonquisha said, I was not trying to get pregnant. I was just trying to get my rocks off. What do you mean get your rocks off? You ain't a man. As Mr. Wall, we say it all the time up here. What purpose does Bonquisha getting her rocks off? Can she impregnate herself? Does Bonquisha need to get her rocks off in order to get pregnant? Both would be no. So why are you up here talking about getting rocks off?
Horned up. I understand. Now, this is where Mr. Walker comes with the sympathy. I'm going to say it again. She working like a big strong boy, and she is diving deep into her masculine energy. And at the end of the day, ladies, every man would like to end his day in the arms of a woman. And Bonquisha, like, we adopting that same mentality. For a man, it's an undeniable urge. But Bonquisha is just an adopted mentality. Okay, I'm gonna do it too. All right, I'm going to work. Come home. I want my meats clashed. That's where we are. She laughed. She laughed from her belly. I was just trying to get my rocks off. And now this kid got to deal with my horned up fiasco. See that? You laughing, but the kid ain't laughing, I promise you.
And she said, I'm 40 years old. I didn't think I could get pregnant. And rest in peace to the Godfather. He had the woman on his channel at the time, and she said kind of the same thing. And Kev told her, like, you know, I can't this one. What you got, Raquel? I'm gonna let her keep going.
Uh, there were some comments in the chat section that said that it looks like the room stinks. It definitely does look like the room stinks. I see why he didn't stick around. I mean, her eyebrows, her hair don't match. There's so many things that are just like glaring red flags. The fact that 95% of her body is not even on camera. We can't even see it, you know, so she's hiding a lot. So I can just imagine that she's also lying about a lot as well. So we don't believe you, Bonquisha. You need more people.
But ultimately, okay, I wasn't trying to have no damn kids. I was just trying to get my rocks off. The fuck? I'm older, bitch. I'm damn near 40. I didn't think I was gonna be getting pregnant. I'm just being real. But ultimately, you know, once the situation escalated, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like once he found out I was pregnant, the situation just went completely left. Like, he turned into a complete monster. Like, he had already had his situations where he was just not mentally all there, and I could tell. But it's like once he found out I was pregnant, it's like his whole mask just completely cracked and fell off his face. When I say this man is a grand mal narcissist, he is a grand mal narcissist, okay? The level of narcissistic that he is to the point where I knew something was wrong with him. Like, I couldn't recognize certain things, but I just knew that something was mentally wrong with him. Like, that was crazy. So, again, when the situation had happened on April the 11th, I was like, okay, this is too much. Because now he had already tried triangulation between me and his new supply.
Where's this great women's intuition? She was 40 years old. She said, I didn't know. He was a narcissist. It came out of nowhere. This was a 40-year-old woman. Like, we got to stop.
They don't have no women's intuition. They're not in touch with a special women's ability at all. Because if they were, they would know. She says she about 40. So she around 38. She around our age. And yes, she at that point where her body knows that you about to drop your last egg. And now there's going to be some hormones released. Shout out to Kendra. What Kendra call it? Oxytoxins. Huh? Your body going to release some chemicals. And now they be like, I don't know. Bonquisha come here week in, week out. I just had to have a kid. It was this urge. Yes, buzzer beater baby. And if you were in tune with yourself, you would have knew that you would have had to use protection so you didn't wind up this way. But you was raw hunching and you got your buzzer beater baby. If you was in tune with your chakras and all that, you wouldn't be so surprised.
So he went to the internet. You know how they do. They try to use the internet as a weapon and shit. So he tried to shame me and, like, put pictures up of me. Like I was going to be embarrassed. Like, boy, I don't give a if I come outside with 2 strands of hair. I'm still that bitch. Everybody know me in Chicago. I don't give a. That's why the post didn't go the way you thought it was going to go. Goofy. But the crazy part about the whole situation is it was just sad. Now, you want to know what's even more crazy? His supply at the time, she swore up and down that everything that he was telling her was true, that everything was true, not knowing that she was dealing with a master manipulator and a good liar. Because when I say my ex lied like no for tomorrow. That mother, he was born lying. You know, his first words on his mouth was lie. Like, he lied that damn much, okay? But ultimately, the whole situation led me to having to cut him off. Do I plan on contacting him again? I don't know. You know, my daughter is too small. She can't take up for herself. She can't talk for herself and all the other situations. But, you know, if I do contact him ever again, it will probably definitely be when my daughter is older. You know, maybe like 5 or 6 years old type of stuff. But for where I'm standing, it's a no for me. You know, sometimes we have to make the hard choice of cutting toxic parents off. And a lot of people don't realize that. They'll be so quick to say, you're taking a child from out of their father's life and blah, 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 blah. But not realizing how much toxicity that man brings into the circle. And men be killing me with that shit because they be always trying to use that as a weapon. And that's my baby and blah, blah, blah. And to be honest with you, a lot of them don't even give up about the babies. They literally are using it as a weapon against you. And that's the sad part.
And the sad part is these men need to go get a blood test. Because what we know, stats is showing that 40% of men on these birth certificates, or 40% of the tests are coming back negative. That's what it is. 40% of these blood tests are coming back negative, meaning the men on the birth certificates are not the fathers. Shout out to Finesse 2 times. He's the latest celebrity in the news. He had that woman up in his house. He was in some kind of poly relationship, sleeping with him. You know, he said, I moved her in. Next thing you know, she pregnant. The baby come, his mom and them, they say, get a blood test. It ain't his damn kid. He like, you know, he kick her out the house. Now people up in ours. This is what's going on. Get a blood test, fellas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they ain't gonna tell that part, Mr. X. Yeah, Nug said, "Is that my kid?" And it's that whole debacle. Yeah, the ruse is up. The chickens have come home to roost. There's too many court shows and wild judge shows where it's shown. Bonquisha and Bonquisha's mom plan on taking these paternity lies to the grave. Like they don't plan on never telling the truth. Shout out to Kirk Franklin's mama, man. So yeah, that's what's wicked. You can't get the truth out of them, even by holding up DNA evidence, Mr. X. It's been shown they still would deny. I don't know who it could be. The judge be like, "Are you sure?" It had to be somebody. Can't be only him. But the test right there.
So what you got, Raquel? What's your final words on her?
I like, you know, when the ladies keep referring to their baby fathers as narcissists, and you know, you all mentioned Kirk Franklin and paternity fraud. I agree. Women should have to get a paternity test, you know, on their child. You know, if you're going to go as far as to put a man on child support, I feel like it's valid that the child be verified. You know, like if I'm going to be on the hook for this child support, then I should at least know whether or not I'm his biological father. And I think that it's sad that y'all have to even advocate for yourself like that, because if the woman is going to have the sole choice to choose to make a man a father, the man should at least have the right to verify that he is the father, the biological father to that child. You know, because things happen later on in life, right? Imagine you're supporting a kid all the way through college, you know, all throughout their life. And then you find out that this kid that you supported can't give you a kidney because he's not your biological kid, or you know, that's messed up. That's how most men find out that they are not the biological father. So you have a lot of these instances, so I think it's very valid to do that.
That part. I was gonna say, what do we say about the men who say it really don't matter? There's a small percentage of men who, once they feel like it's their kid, you know, it's the whole blood thicker than water and all that,
Then
and they don't really care.
you should have to check a box then. You know, when you go into a woman into the hospital with a woman that's having a baby, you know, they should give you a questionnaire that says, you know, are you on the hook for this baby, whether or not you are biologically that child's father? And if you are, then, you know, all the other paperwork goes out the window because you're just a simp on the hook from now on. You know, we got you. You know,
Yeah, we
that
had the guy on the Kendra show, or yeah, I want to say he got the blood test. He said the kid wasn't his, but he said, you know, still my son. I still take care of him and all of that. And some men, they'll still be on the hook, you know, with their hearts.
And
that's sad.
it's extremely sad, and it's torment and trauma. I couldn't fathom me myself, you know, at the same time, you know, growing up without my father and having stepfathers and men around. I get it. I remember, like, yeah, that's crazy. And I've said it, guys get emotionally tied to these kids, and then you got to go. Like, I don't see it ain't worth it. Being a stepfather in today's modern world ain't worth it. You ain't These men aren't going into these relationships where they have absolute rule like a man does that comes in and builds his own family. See what I'm saying? Back in the day, all right, back in the day when stepdads had the same authority as a regular man. He wasn't going and saying, "Hey, can I chastise little Johnny for breaking all the dishes?" No. See what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand the fact that a man got to ask for authority in his own house equals no peace. And that's why over time they crumble and fall apart, because he can't get no peace. And men are charged, you know, with the burden of being stoic. So you're going to sit there and be quiet about it. until we go get a pack of cigarettes.
So here we go, folks. We're gonna bring Thanos out and keep it moving.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts.
I am inevitable.